One question I get all the time in the RV business is, why are these little vans so expensive? A Class C is so much bigger, a Class A is so much bigger, and you can get them for less money. In this video, I'll try to paint the picture about why this little van costs way more money than these big vans. Let's go take a look. So we'll use this Integra Odyssey to compare. When this comes in from the vehicle manufacturer, it's not much more than the cab and the chassis, as you can see in the picture here. So when they're building this, this is the vehicle that they're buying. The vehicle itself is much less expensive, much more basic. They will add in a small screen, but this is more of an industrial vehicle. The comfort and safety features are enough, but with a Class B van, you're gonna get a lot more. This Airstream Rangeline Class B is gonna come on a ProMaster, which isn't really that much more expensive, but it's gonna cost a lot more than the Ford Cutaway chassis. It's gonna come as a fully formed van with higher automotive standards. Here in the cab, you're gonna have, an electric steering wheel versus a gear driven, digital dash, display screen, wireless charger, just a lot of stuff right from the factory that you won't get on the more basic Cutaway chassis. You'll also have features like adaptive cruise control, lane assist, a lot more safety features in general. Here on this Class C motorhome, when it hits the production line, it's built on an assembly line. So you've got the cab and the rail, then they'll put in a floor, and everything that goes inside of here is prefabricated and built on an assembly line. So the furniture is built upstairs and run down a chute, dropped on the floor. The wiring, the plumbing, the entire build is all very, very streamlined and very, very quick. So when you build on a production line, you can get things done cheaper and easier. That's why they do it. So with the vans, it comes fully formed. So you have the entire vehicle already made, and you have to build the RV section of it inside the vehicle. So the wiring, the insulation, the flooring, the cabinetry, all that work has to be done in this very small space. So you'll have one person in here at a time working. That's going to take a lot longer to do, so man hours are going to add up. But the other problem is it's such a small space, you have to use specialized components. For example, in this unit, it uses a gas-powered hydronic furnace. So it's a very, very small furnace. It runs off the vehicle's gasoline, and these are fairly new to the market, so they're quite expensive. Also, there are far, far fewer Class Bs than there are Class As and Cs. So there's a lot less components available for them, which means, again, they cost more. I think that as these Class B vans grow in popularity and the components become more widely available, you may see some price reduction. But at the end of the day, I think the biggest factor in the high pricing is going to be the cost of this chassis itself, as well as the amount of labor that goes into building something like this. If you double and triple and quadruple the production time, that all adds to costs. Again, going back to this Class C, pretty much every Class C is going to use this same door. So there's a company that makes this door that makes lots and lots and lots of them, which brings the price down. They're pretty much all going to use the same hardware. They're going to use the same furnace, the same water heaters, the same fridges. That's what you're seeing behind these panels. They'll all use basically the same awnings, the same ladders, the same building materials, basically the same slide out toppers, things like these tables, the fabrics. They're using a lot of this stuff, and it really brings the price down. The ovens, the microwaves, the fridges, the televisions. Again, if you can get these in major quantities, you can pay a lot lower prices. So to summarize, it's not always the size that matters. It's, what it costs to build it and what somebody's willing to pay. A Class B van is very nice to drive, very safe. You can park it almost anywhere, a restaurant, downtown. A Class C is going to offer a lot more space, a lot more size, but it will come with some limitations. And the last thing that I should mention is these Class B vans, because of the limited availability and high demand, they tend to hold their value quite well. So you may be spending more money initially, but if you need to resell it or trade it in, you'll probably lose less money in the long term. So high cost of entry, low cost of ownership. Not to mention the gas mileage is at least double on a van that it is on a Class C. So again, you spend more money up front, but maybe you spend less money in the long run. I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'd love to keep the discussion going. Other than that, have a great day. Happy camping.